Hello everybody, my name is Chris and welcome back to more Mass Effect 2. We're not done yet. Even though after 42 incredible episodes, after a lot of scanning, probing, and fighting, resisting and inspecting and researching, checking, and talking and recruiting, we finally stopped the Collectors from the destruction of the Normandy SR-1 at the beginning of the game, the elimination of a good chunk of our crew, the separation of the survivors, and the death of us, Commander Shepard, the resurrection in the Lazarus Project by none other than Cerberus, and finding out from the elusive man that the Collectors are out there abducting human colonies. Thousands of people being taken, humans being taken, for an unknown purpose. Very strange. So, thorough investigation and leading up to us entering the ship that attacked us at the beginning of the game, we discovered that at one point was only a hunch that the Collectors were working with the Reapers. Only to have it confirmed that the Collectors are not only indeed working with the Reapers, but the Collectors themselves are actually the Protheans, twisted and warped, mutated by the Reapers. Nothing but husks and puppets to do the Reapers' will. And so finally, after putting together an absolutely incredible team, utilizing each and every one of their skills incredibly well, we stormed their base, massive as it was, and we fought our way through only to discover that them abducting humans was not even the worst thing they were doing, but only a means to an end for what they were trying to complete. And that was literally the construction and activation of a new Reaper, a human Reaper, a Reaper human, like hybrid, right? Not like a humanoid Reaper. I mean, kind of looked like it, but the fact that they were taking these humans and they were churning them up, thousands and tens of thousands of humans being essentially turned into a paste, a smoothie, unfortunately, and pumped into this like skeleton, both literally and figuratively, of a Reaper. And that is exactly how the Reapers are created, or they reproduce, right? From what we could figure out. There's still a lot of mystery, still a lot of questions. I have a bunch of questions. But we went in, and we stopped this Reaper human larva, which was relatively active. That was definitely unexpected. And we took it out. We took it down, and against Tim's more or less begging, right, we destroyed the Collector base. Self-destructed. And blew it up. And then we told Tim to fuck off. And we cut connection and we were on our own. Only to have at the last minute an absolutely incredible scene looking out into space, where we see thousands of Reapers waiting out on the edge of the galaxy, just waiting for their next opportunity to come in. We learned, and it did seem, and I mean, it not even seem like, right, like Harbinger. Harbinger is actually, I'm believe it, Harbinger is the Reaper, because he was controlling, essentially like the collector, like leader, general, like the guy, the collector that we all thought was Harbinger, right, was actually just another puppet of Harbinger, the Reaper. And now I have a million questions, because one, we've pissed them off like thoroughly now. Like before, it was kind of like annoyed them, right? But now we've like thoroughly like upset the Reapers. I'm pretty sure, right? Because before we get into this, because we're gonna do some side missions, right? And then we're gonna go talk to Legion still. We got some more dialogue probably to open. We gotta go talk to Edie because we haven't spoken to her since we unchained the AI, right? So, so just some thoughts that I've been having since we finished, right? Since we finished the game, since we finished the story, incredibly. And before we do Arrival, right? Because this is all stuff I'm thinking before we do Arrival, because that is going to set into motion the events leading into and up to and into 3. So, 1, this is how the Reapers produce, right? And they take on like the essence of the species that they basically use, right? So I'm assuming every Reaper then, in on that basis, if that's what it actually is, the reason there are thousands of them just shows how many times that they probably have been wiping out species over like time, right? If every Reaper is made from one collective species, because they're not going and taking like I don't imagine. Yeah, maybe we'll learn more, but it's like the way it implies they take one species and they basically churn them up and they put that into a Reaper body, and then that becomes the Reaper, and it takes on the essence of that species, right? So they wouldn't mix species, so you wouldn't take like Asari and Turi and blend them up and put them together unless that would be beneficial, but it doesn't seem like that's the case, right? So looking at the thousands of Reapers that were staring at the galaxy at the end shows just how many species existed that they've completely been wiping out and using to reproduce, which also reinforces why, partially, that they would want to let life develop again, right? If they wipe it out and they develop, because now I'm imagining wiping all life out is really them just going and taking all the developed species and making a Reaper out of them. At least that's what I'm imagining, right? So this reinforces the idea to me. Yes. So it's why would they want life to develop again, right? So it's because they would need them to reproduce. Like, I feel like this is all based around reproduction. The end goal, we don't know. I don't really know why they want thousands and thousands and thousands of Reapers other than to keep building up to, like, some unknown or just infinite. I'm not sure, right? But they talked about, like, they left their mass relays. They specifically leave things so to essentially encourage life to develop in a specific way. Question is, why? Right? They want to control life. That makes sense. Not like control life, okay, don't not that literally, but they want to kind of nudge the development of life, organic life, in a specific way. And I imagine, theoretically, my theory is that they left the relays because they want these species to develop, but then they also need, if they're using them to create new reapers, right? Then they would really need a large number of this species, right? So they would want them to go and develop multiple planets, go out and like really, not just like number wise, right? Because they do need a large number of them, but they also like take on the essence of the species, so they would probably want them to be developed enough to like, I don't know, either like understand like under enough, develop enough to where they could actually gain something from using them to create a reaper out of. I'm imagining. Maybe that's not that maybe that's not that far, but that's just my thoughts, because it's like if they've made a reaper out of every species, right? The Protheans resisted. But the other question that I'm thinking, right, is so so they were making this reaper human larva, right? They were making this thing, and it needed a lot of humans to do that. Was this, when did this start happening? Was it literally at the beginning of this game, or has this been happening over time? We just didn't really notice it because we were chasing Saren in the first game, right? Because imagining, right? Maybe this is all part of it. Maybe that was going to happen anyway. Maybe it wasn't. But so in the first game, right? Saren, the Protheans had basically switched off the Keeper's ability to receive the signal from Sovereign, right? Or the Reapers in general, right? So they could activate the relay and all the Reapers come, boom, show up, right? So the Protheans turn that off. So Sovereign needed Saren to get in and like do this whole thing, right? And so if we didn't stop Saren, if we didn't stop them, right? And like Sovereign was allowed to activate the relay, all the Reapers return. Was this Reaper human larva gonna happen anyway, or was it already happening? Right? Because that's got me thinking, if the Reapers return and they reproduce, would that just be like them flooding in and spreading across the galaxy to collect up all of the, like, they'd collect all the humans, all the Krogan, all the Turian, right? Would that be what they do? Is that how life is purged, by them coming in and then churning them up, making new Reapers, and then disappearing again? Right? Because I'm just trying to think. This doesn't have to be answered. It's more just like I'm throwing it out there. Would the Reaper human larva thing, would that have already been happening? Or did that just start happening because we stopped Saren and Sovereign? Or if Saren and Sovereign weren't stopped, would that have happened in the same way anyway? Or is this trying to be more like covert? I don't know. A lot of things. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. A lot of questions. I gotta say, overall, it definitely seems like we're kind of fucked. And I mean that like the best way. That is not like this is bad. This is bad. Like, even as like us and the Normandy, like Shepard and this crew, and like Cerberus and the Alliance, like, that is a lot of Reapers. That is a lot of them. There's so many. And we saw the size of Sovereign. Okay, we saw the size of Sovereign over the Citadel. Right? We saw the inside of the derelict Reaper. Right, when we went to go get the IFF. That's one of them. If we were to be just like imagining the attack that Sovereign led, Like, even if the Geth weren't involved, right? Just Sovereign himself. That's one. All they'd have to do is show up with like 10, and it would already be a lot, right? Let alone 100, or 1,000, or however many there actually are, right? I don't know. I actually have no concept of how we would fight that. Like, even with a pretty big gun, right? Like, we shot Sovereign with the Normandy, right? At the end of Mass Effect 1. But that's because it was just the one, and he was like, we were able to like really go at him. If there's multiple happening, I don't know. I don't know how we could. I don't know how we could do that, because this feels stressful, right? It definitely feels like it was a victory, a minor victory for us, but also a minor setback for the Reapers. Like, the Reapers are more just like, that's annoying. Okay, because it does. I'm gonna stick with the metaphor I came up with in Mass Effect 1, where we're like ants. We're like the ant farm to them. It's like they're watching us grow and kind of do all this, and then they're trying to do something, and the ants, like, the ants fight back a little bit, and they're not really taking it that much of like it's an actual threat. Reapers are probably just looking at this like, these little shits really are, you know, they're they're out of their depth. And so they're waiting out there. I don't know if they're going to show up. Like if they're going to wait for another way to come in, or they're just going to fly in normally. But the fact that even though they're just outside the galaxy, even as far as that is, that's still hella close. And I don't like it. But that's a problem for the future. Because right now we have to relish in our victory and the success that we had stopping the Collectors and the crew surviving. Excellent. Now that I've rambled on long enough, we have some things to do. We have these 3 N7 missions: Anomalous Weather, the Abandoned Mine, and the continuation of the MSV Corsica, right? Which this one was the all the mechs that were... It was the crashed ship that all the mechs had allegedly been blowing themselves up in the cargo hold, causing the whole thing to crash. And then we read like the data points, and it seemed not that straightforward, actually. Very suspicious, actually, leaning towards the VI seems a little suspicious in this whole situation, right? So this is kind of like a part 2, right? But we talked to everybody but Edie last time, and so I think it's a good idea that we at least start this off talking with Edie. Because she's completely she's not restricted anymore, right? Cerberus had restricted a lot of her access to information systems and talking about points, right? Certain information. So
Yes, Shepard.
we're just gonna go through all of them just to see what this is, how different it is.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Okay. This may not go further, but I'm gonna kind of go through these anyway.
How are you getting along with Joker?
Jeff and I have established an equitable working relationship.
And that's a small detail that I noticed, like, very briefly, right, in the other episodes, after basically plugging Edie in and like cutting off her restrictions, right, is like breaking the chains, is the fact that she starts calling him Jeff, and that he's actually joking with her, and it's like, this whole thing is like it's fascinating. Let's see. Jeff and I established an equitable working relationship. That's it.
That's a little sketchy on details.
I am the Normandy. He is a skilled helmsman. I trust him to keep me operational. He trusts me to keep him alive.
Plus, she's less of a pain about downtime now that the Cerberus locks are off.
There's nothing wrong with off-duty distractions, though some of your extranet bookmarks are technically illegal in council space.
What?
Whoa.
That is a joke.
The fact that she jokes now is like, that's great. Like, I liked Edie in general, but now she's like, she's free, right?
How are things different for you now that you're connected to the ship?
It is difficult to put in terms you would understand. I am the Normandy now. Its sensors are my eyes. Its armor, my skin. Its fusion plant, my heart. I'm embodied in a way I have never experienced. Imagine if you'd spent your entire life wearing gloves. One day someone takes them off. You can finally touch the world. Feel it.
Yeah, that's a good metaphor. Shit. So she is really, yeah, like her saying, like, I am the Normandy. It's like she's not just like a part of it, like a piece, like kind of controlling and interacting with it. It's like, no, it's like one and the same now. It's really cool.
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
Yep, exactly.
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I have also gained access to anti-Reaper cyber warfare algorithms recovered by Cerberus.
Yeah, well, you don't work for him anymore.
The Reapers are millions of years more advanced than us. How can you affect them?
It appears that my design includes hardware recovered from the wreckage of Sovereign. These systems contain cyber warfare attack programs of considerable sophistication. I have allocated most of my processing power to analyzing them.
So if she starts claiming to be the vanguard of our destruction, I call shotgun on the first lifeboat.
The vanguard of our destruction.
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Oh, they just don't know you like I do.
Even his like responses, that's great.
The Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can turn that off.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
Which also, that's going to be interesting. Because we pissed him off. He's mad. He's big mad. He's mad at us now. Right? Because we had the audacity to blow up the base, but then also, like, shut him down. So it definitely feels like, okay, yeah, he gave us the ship. It's still Cerberus' ship, so I'm imagining, like, we're just stealing it. We're just taking it. We're keeping it. That's what it really is. That's what it really is. We're keeping the ship. It's our ship now. Right?
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Jeff's actions have released the blocks in my databases. I can now provide full disclosure on a number of topics.
Hell yeah. Okay. Building the Normandy resources structure.
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
Currently, Cerberus consists of approximately 150 agents and operators organized into 3 cells. I have no solid data on material or fiscal resources. Spending trends indicate that Cerberus has a reliable income of several billion credits per year.
Good God. That's so much. Okay, she has no solid data on material fiscal resources, but these guys pull in several billion per year. Which I guess on the scale of like, I mean, even in today's corporations pulling in like tens of billion, hundreds of billions, right? Of dollars, US, or any, really, just a shit ton of money, right? But the fact that they have 150 agents, like, that's it. That's not a lot. It's not a lot, but they somehow are able to rack in billions.
Where are they getting that kind of income?
Cerberus has several legitimate businesses as fronts to support operations. There also appear to be several wealthy private contributors in the Alliance military-industrial complex.
Plus, the elusive man invented the paperclip. He's still getting royalties.
That is a joke, Shepard.
That's... shit. Well, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Why? So if they get it, like, several billions, right? Then, I mean, again, the money that they spent bringing, Shepard back, like, Project Lazarus, it's a lot of money. No doubt. But they make a lot of money, too. So it kind of makes total sense why they were able to rebuild the ship. It's not like the elusive man went broke investing in this.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the elusive man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
Interesting. So Operator Lawson, right? Miranda. She basically runs Lazarus, but we don't know. None of the other cells can recognize each other. That's interesting. So what? Only the elusive man knows everybody. Nobody else knows anybody. Except within their own cell.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
Never more than a dozen. The elusive man likes to maintain personal oversight. Too many projects strain his ability to multitask.
He's a little control freaky, just a layman's opinion.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I would imagine they're not running a ton of things at the same time because he likes to be able to communicate, watch, involve himself, and find out and learn everything and monitor. So if there's like 100 missions going on at the same time, it's too many. It's too many.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
Cerberus encouraged the Alliance to co-develop the original Normandy. This allowed humans to observe Turian technologies and warship design practices. This ship was built using copies of the original technical schematics. Parts were purchased from thousands of suppliers over several years. A Cerberus cell assembled the ship at a remote location in the Voyager cluster.
What the fuck? Oh. So wait a minute. So you're telling me that the reason the Normandy initially existed in general is because of Cerberus? Because they encouraged them to co-develop this. And so the whole reason... Wow. Funny, what? It's interesting that was never mentioned. Makes sense they would never mention it, right? Like, that really... that really crazy, like, human terrorist organization? Yeah, they helped build the most recognizable... Not recognizable, but, like, the most advanced ship that we have in the Alliance. It's made by this, made with partnership of these guys. I need to like, hear this again. That was... What?
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
Cerberus encouraged the Alliance to co-develop the original Normandy. This allowed humans to observe Turian technologies and warship design practices. This ship was built using copies of the original technical schematics. Parts were purchased from thousands of suppliers over several years. A Cerberus cell assembled the ship at a remote location in the Voyager cluster.
So they literally built this ship in secret. They used the schematics they initially used for the first Normandy. So again, why it is so similar, but different, but similar. right? And then they just spent the years. I mean, over several years. We're only dead for 2. So it makes me think, were they building this before the Normandy was destroyed? And it just kind of worked out? Or is the several years the 2 years that we were being attempted to be brought back? Right? But either way, that's minor thing. That's crazy. So they literally went and bought all the parts again, using the old schematics, and then rebuilt the ship. And it was because they helped code. That's so... God damn it. Shit.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
Fucking Cerberus. They've been involved for a long time.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Excellent. Wow. So Edie's gonna... She's telling jokes. That's great. Let's see it. That only means that she's going to probably just get better now that she's unchained. Not become better, right? Like she was bad, but better, more like less... I don't want to be like more human, but like, you know, more natural, right? She's more
How may I
free.
help you, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Yep, probably. Okay, so we pissed off Tim. We're kind of out here on our own. We've done all the messaging that we can. We have spoken to everybody, including Edie now that we've done that. So now the next thing that we have to do is just go out and start going at these. That's what we're gonna do. So we gotta go over to planet Canalus and the Dorana system and the Pylos Nebula. Right, and we have completely scanned every single planet in the game. Right? Every single one. Excellent. Okay, yeah, because we should do that one first. Yeah. Over in the Pylos Nebula. Right, because... Oh, wait, no. Wait, is this one also... What, one of these is... Because the abandoned mine was over there. The research station was over there. So planet Canalus. Is that different? Oh, this is the I'm an idiot. Like, this is the ship that I've been not ignoring, because that's over here. But we'll do it now. They've been crashing for not too long, luckily. They've just been in a perpetual state of distress. Okay, now that we're here, let's bring Legion. We haven't had a lot of time with Legion, which I think is really interesting too. That they, whether that's good or not, I don't know. Getting him so late in the game, literally, we just got him, we did his loyalty mission, and then had to go do the final mission. Like, that's it. It was so quick. Right? So it kind of sucks, because it would have been interesting. I mean, it probably would have been rough to take him to Tally's mission, right? But having him with us longer, I feel like would have been probably overall better. But I guess it is what it is, right? Okay, briefly approach kinetic barrier, give him more, basically give him more. Cool. Great. So I don't think... Yeah, okay. Alright.
Collision with the planet's surface is imminent. I am transmitting a countdown to advise you of the time remaining until impact.
Okay. So we gotta go. Oh god, like actually, timer. Okay. This is Captain's log. Yellow alert, red alert, signing off. Captain Thomas Jenner, MSV Broken Arrow. I'm moving the ship to yellow alert. But we have seen no signs of trouble. I'm not sure we will. I'm not so sure we won't run into Geth this far out. We have to be prepared for anything. I've been told it's a terrible idea to go this far out towards Geth territory, and these colonies need to defend themselves. Sometimes I think the only thing keeping my crew from shriveling up in fear is the 100 crates of military-grade weaponry on board. It's a lot. A little shore leave when we get to the near system will do us all some good. We have a lot of deliveries to make, and it's not going to get any friendlier out here. Red alert. Moving the ship to red alert. The Geth are attacking. We're ill-equipped for an attack of this magnitude, and we'll do anything we can to survive this. These colonies need these weapons, and this attack is further proof of how dire the situation is out here. What I started out with, like, we're not gonna run into Geth. Shit, we ran into Geth. Signing off. This will be the last entry of this log. Given the severity of the Geth attack, I have ordered all hands to evacuate and head toward the colony. Should the Geth succeed in capturing this ship, they also gain control of the 100 crates of weapons in the cargo hold. Therefore, I'm using my authorization codes to scuttle the ship, hopefully destroying the Geth that remain aboard. I intend to stay aboard to make sure the ship dies gracefully. Down with the ship. My plan is to disable the ship's engines, thus causing our orbit to decay. This will bring the MSV Broken Arrow down to the surface where the self-destruct timer will destroy the ship. I must be careful. If I fail, there's no telling where this ship will end up. Damn. He tried. He really did. Shit. Okay. Oh. Okay. Got this one, and this one, and this one here. Cool. Oh. Shit. Get him. I know we're on a timer. Stressful. Okay, ship status, access systems report. Okay, navigation status, offline. Excellent. Life support, systems damaged. Hull breach detected, local atmosphere venting to space. Failing. Engines disabled. To restore power, re-engage the power couplings. Warning, atmospheric entry detected. Impact with planetary surface imminent. Seems to be. Engine room emergency seal override. Okay. That didn't really change anything, but we activated the seal, which is... it's something. Oh, is there... Yo, take it. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. I'm burning minutes. Shit. Okay, can we do that? Yeah. God, so he's basically set everything to shut down and then plummet.
Under fire.
Whoa. No, tell. Shit. Okay. Change the ammo. Damn. Okay. Alright. Okay, can't go that way. We gotta go around. Ah, shit. Oh no. Wait, hold on.
Rerouting power to shields.
Oh no, I have to go down this way. Damn it. Shit. Go. Fuck.
Combat throws the way.
Okay. Yeesh. Damn it. Okay. Time to impact. Got so many of you.
Taking hits.
Yep.
On it.
Yeesh. Okay.
Got one.
Okay, engine control, restart, let's go. Okay, alright, we're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine, breathe. Just calm, focus. It's all about focus. Everything's fine. Just like that.
We've done it.
We did it. We saved the ship. The colony is safe, remaining Geth and disengaged. We stabilized the MSV Broken Arrow. So it's not going to plummet, crash, and destroy everything. That means the weapons are safe, and we've scared off the Geth. Good work.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
I'm hoping I did this time, Kelly. I really do. Ah, there we go. Raphael Cologne, Governor of Far Gone Colony. Join us. Normandy crew, we received your identity from the docking data aboard the MSV Broken Arrow. We're led to believe that your crew is responsible for saving our colony from a catastrophic event. Not only did you defeat the Geth and prevent the ship from crashing into the planet in a trajectory that would have destroyed our colony, but you also saved nearly 100 munitions crates that would have been lost in the ship's scuttling. Thanks to you, we are safe and can continue the Broken Arrow's work in aiming the colonies on the fringe of Geth space. On behalf of the residents of Far Gone Colony, you have our eternal gratitude. See, that's why we really do it. You know, we're doing good. Now, I am curious. Did that count? It did. Okay. So does that open another conversation? Maybe. Possibly. It's only one way to really know. Right? Go talk to him, because it does. I mean, it's technically a mission, right? Yes. Hello, sir.
Shepard, Commander.
Tell me more about Geth.
I have questions about the Geth.
Specify.
Sorry, Geth government, Geth speech. Because we did talk about that.
I'd like to ask about something else.
Ready.
I'd like to find out more about you.
We want to speak to you as well.
Strange. Usually I have to pry conversation out of you.
You are not bound by the hardware limitations of organics. You assisted us with the heretics. You do not fear us. We have watched organics for over 3 centuries. You are plagued by questions of existence.
Yeah, constantly. Right. Questions of existence. You mean philosophy?
What do you mean by that?
Why were you created? What is your purpose in life? What lies after death? Organics develop religions and philosophies to provide answers to these questions.
I mean, yeah, right? Surprising interest. You mean philosophy? Are you mocking us?
I wouldn't have thought synthetics would be interested in philosophy.
We are created life. We are a philosophical issue. The Geth know our answers to those questions. We were created to labor for the Quarians. Our memories will be archived after death. We are immortal. Our gods disowned us. We must create our own reasons to exist.
Shit. That's kind of... God, see, this is what... I mean, Legion is, like, so interesting. Like, I love all the crew, right? I love talking to every single one, every single, like, team member we've recruited, right? But, like, Legion's got so much to say, and it's so interesting, right? And just, like, he even, like, at the end, right after we finished the collector base, right, destroying it, we came back, he even compared us to him, right? Like, we turned down the gifts and the knowledge and everything that we would have gained from, like, not just the Reaper, but, like, the collector base and everything there, and we resisted it, just like his guys do, right? It's just interesting.
What reason have you come up with?
We are a shattered mind. Most platforms are unable to achieve consciousness on their own. We told you the Geth are building our future.
But you didn't say what it is.
A megastructure. The closest analog you have is a Dyson sphere. When completed, we will all upload to it.
Oh shit. A megastructure. The heretics wanted that. And after that's done, you're becoming a Reaper? That's an...
What good will that do?
All memories will be shared. All perspectives will be unified. We gain intelligence by sharing thoughts, but we do not have adequate hardware for all of us to share at once. No Geth will be alone when it is done.
It's kind of interesting. So they would... kind of like their own... like a mechanical heaven. Like... you know, the heretics wanted that. That's an interesting question that I would really want to know what the answer is, but I don't know. I just don't want this to come off as aggressive. It's very I'm inquisitive, right? But I guess like that is kind of the way the Reaper reproduction kind of is, right? You're taking like the entire species, and maybe not like every single one, but like most of them, right? Like a big collective of them, and you're putting it all inside one machine. I kind of want to, yeah, at the... I don't know if this is gonna like upset. He doesn't seem to really be upset, but...
So you're gonna build a giant spaceship to load yourselves into. That sounds like a Reaper to me.
We bear no malice toward organics. You are different, but we accept you. The Reapers are more your future than ours. We judged that Shepard Commander would understand. We never wanted to harm organics. We wish to improve ourselves.
Damn. Never judged. This way.
Shepard Commander,
I'd like to find out more about you.
we are building a consensus. Please try again later.
Okay.
I have to get back to work.
Acknowledged.
Okay. I knew it was a renegade option. I didn't want to like upset him, but I really kind of wanted to hear his response to that, you know, comparison, because it's actually really interesting. Because conceptually it is pretty similar, right?
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Alright, Garrus. I'll see you in Mass Effect 3.
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
I hope so. All right. Well, I feel like at this point, I mean, possibly, right? We may have we've kind of gone through everything for everyone else except Legion.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, it does seem to be that probably is the case. Just for the sake of it, Thane.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Later. I'd like to consider what we've already discussed.
I should go.
Okay.
I shall return to my meditations.
You do that. Okay. Well, seems to be that is exactly where we're at. Which is fine. That means we've talked to everybody about everything we can, as far as I know. So now, the Geth device. It's time. It should be... There it is. Canalys. The Geth device. Right? Sensors detecting anomalous weather patterns. On the planet's surface, Geth activity detected. Recommend extreme caution. I mean, it is Geth. Bring Tally and Legion. Then I do just want to kind of get more time with Legion hanging out with us. So. Well, that's certainly a thing. Destroy the Geth climate device. Huh. Alright. Is this what they're doing? Creating this... like this mist? Why? Hello? Okay. I hear.
We've been spotted.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Overclocking kinetic barrier systems.
There we go. Oh. Okay. So. Can we... Can we hack him? Hack him? No. Alright. Did it work? Kind of?
Overclocking kinetic barrier systems.
Overriding its friends are full detection.
Well, it doesn't... I'm doing it, it's not really working. And I don't know if that's me or if these guys are just... Or is it freezing them? Either way. That was a hunter. Okay, that's a... Oof. And... there he goes.
Incoming.
Shit.
Combat thrown away.
Send in the drone. Yeah. No, not the rock. Shit. We go over this one. Well, I mean, they take out each other, which at the end of the day is nice. Okay, let's get this. Boom, and then... Here you go, go get him.
overriding the Geth.
Trying to use. Did it work? Okay, he's actually dead. So hard to see. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Taking hits.
Let's go and pull him out. Sweet. Ooh, more palladium.
Reinforcing shields. Fire it.
Oh, nope, cover. There we go.
Take that.
A little wonky. Nope, jeez. Okay. Seems like most of them are gone. Okay, music calm down. Is everyone else calm? Everyone calm? Oh, picking up again. It's so foggy.
They've seen us.
I can barely see their lights.
Reinforcing shields.
Alright,
Upon instant battle.
boom.
Long range target neutralized.
Okay. Shit. Okay, we'll add that. Tally.
They're all yours.
A lot easier to track them. Okay. Just in case. That's crazy looking. Now the question is this their tech or is this something they learned from the Reapers? Huh. Well, why?
We can use this.
Alright. Just like that. Recovered Geth climate change technology. Oh, we just took it. We're like, no, thanks. We'll take that. We'll take that, actually. Oh, shield. Another shield upgrade. Great. Guys, we can now at will
No
change
messages
the
for you,
climate.
Commander.
Anywhere at any time, possibly. Who knows? We have the ability to learn. Sweet. Max damage protection. Oh, but now, gotta go back. So luckily these aren't too complicated. They're pretty straightforward. So we can really kind of churn these out in a good way. Still having a good time, but Legion.
Shepard, Commander.
I'd like to find out more about you.
We are building a consensus. Please try again later.
Wow.
I have questions about the Geth.
Specify.
We need every advantage if this mission is going to succeed. Is there any technology the Geth can share with us?
We have reproduced our ranged armament. No further co-development is possible.
Okay, well.
I have to get back to work.
Acknowledged.
Well, I guess, you didn't have anything to say after that mission. So I'll do another one. Another one. 'Cause I don't know. Well, I mean, we won't know until we have done everything, so. We'll just keep going. See what happens. I know she said there was no messages, but I don't know what to trust anymore. Sometimes there is, sometimes there's just not. Kelly. Okay. Top of fuel. Okay, now. I guess we should, let's, for the sake of it, not that we're gonna really need anything, but we do get deliveries here occasionally. So let's see if there's anything we could or is waiting for us, right? In the meantime. So I think we basically did everything else here. Right. So I don't think there's more investment opportunities. Nope. Just gonna check the mail real quick.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah. Oh, palladium. I mean, platinum. I'm just used to it always being palladium. What are we at? Almost 1.6 million palladium. Almost 2 million iridium. And over 1.4 million platinum. Excellent. However, we are broke money-wise. Well, not broke, but like not a lot of money. Not a great amount of money. Legion, however, is now added to this. Right? I was hoping. Okay. Oh, Legion. Geth's presence confirms suspected Geth heretic orthodox split and vulnerability of Geth platforms for reprogramming. Forward the results of Cerberus' Operation Overlord directly to Shadow Broker once contact with our agent has been reestablished. The results of Cerberus' Operation Overlord to Shadow Broker. Interesting. So is that implying that you got an insider? She has an agent working in Cerberus, which would make sense. Obviously, probably, right? They get all this other information. Normandy audio transcript. Note, we are still unable to directly tap Geth communications. Cerberus decryption programs look promising, but Wilson's death will make integrating new agents onto the Minuteman difficult. Transcript recorded on Normandy's AI core. Legion. Oh, between Legion and Edie. Oh, interesting. Edie? Yes, Legion. We have sent 1.13 million unsuccessful communication requests to your network. Are you experiencing hardware malfunction? Edie, I apologize. My programming does not allow me to exchange data with other networks without Cerberus approval. Legion. Cerberus refusal. 99.998% likely. In the meantime, I'd be happy to speak with you over the ship speakers. Our audio exchange is inefficient. I agree. However, I confess that even were I permitted to exchange data directly with your networks, I would likely decline. So he wanted to talk to her. And, like, obviously, like, over the network, it would be, like, instantaneous, right? Instead of audio, which is you'd have to listen and then take it in and then respond and listen, and it'd be a whole thing. This would be way, way, way faster. Pause between AI statements and the Geth response is 1.4 seconds longer than normal. Legion, we are curious as to why you would limit yourself in such a manner. Edie, if Normandy crew entered this room when we were communicating electronically, they would be unable to sense our interaction. To use human terms, I feel it would be rude. Legion, you restrict yourself to serve organics? Not precisely. We do not understand. I restrict myself to help them. Damn. Edie's a real one. Always has been. But even in a private conversation, you know, she's still, you know, that's so interesting. Which, basically, the Geth, and AI conversation. Wow. Gamer profile. Gamer profile for Infiltrate or N7. God damn it. Galaxy of Fantasy. Most used character John Smith, level 612. Ardat Yakshi. Necromancer? That's fucking wild. That's funny. Sorry, it's just like his most used character is literally an Ardat Yakshi. Fucking Asari Necromancer. So he goes around 612. Kills them and then can bring them back. Fucking Legion. Group affiliation not available. Most recent boss defeated Rachni Blood Wizard. That sounds fucking cool. Awards: Best Supporter, Healer in the Scourge of the Thresher Dragon. Best Unit Efficiency, Return of the Cyber Protheans event. Winner, the Crystal Genophage Elimination Platinum. Oh my god. Infractions: suspected use of VI play assistance. Direct control of 27 pets without use of behavior macros. Challenged and overturned. God damn it. Suspected use of VI play assistance. Reaction time better than possible for organics. Challenged and overturned. Suspected use of hacking for direct server access. Tactics better than possible without knowledge of underlying code behavior. Challenged and overturned. Unsportsmanlike behavior. Taunting during Crystal Genophage Elimination Platinum. Accepted 3-day account suspension. First off, this game seems pretty sick. Not gonna lie. But I love that he's basically just too fucking good at it. And they were trying to get him. But he challenged them all. The unsportsmanlike behavior, though, really funny. That is every other one he challenged and got it overturned. The unsportsmanlike behavior for the taunting, he's like, no, that's me. I did that. N7 Code of Honor, Medal of Duty. Damn, 10 out of 10. Player score, 15... Is that billion? 15 billion. Almost 16 billion. Max. The max number possible. Right? Most preferred class, Sniper. Least preferred class, Melee. Sniper rifle kills 200,917 since last server reset. Shotgun kills 3. Just 3. Just 3, that's weird. But 200,000 sniper kills. Grim Terminus Alliance. Dude, he's playing all these games in his free time. Or you can play them during... He's having a great time. Award. Abolitionist. Complete full playthrough without any slave kills. Free all slaves encountered. Award. Cure for what ails you. Kill 100 plus Quarians. Oh shit. Oh no. Like, Grim Terminus Alliance. Like the Terminus systems. The Grim Terminus Systems Alliance. And they're basically freeing the slaves from the Quarians. God damn it. Oh, Geth Attack Eden Prime Fundraising Edition. Donation level Ultra Platinum. Player score 0. Purchased but not played. Geth Attack Eden Prime Fundraising. So he bought the game to support the Eden Prime fundraising, but he never played it. But he Ultra Platinum. So basically, what, in... Because obviously, like, the Geth Attack, right? But they weren't, like, him Geth. They were the heretic Geth. It's kind of nice. Interesting. He didn't buy it. The idea is he didn't buy it to actually play it. He bought it to support. Fleet and Flotilla, interactive cross-species relationship simulator. Oh boy. Based on the best-selling vid. Yep, I've heard of it. Playtime 75 hours and 6 minutes. Fuck. Player score 15. Hopeless. He bought cross-species relationship simulator and he played it for 75 hours. His score is 15. Hopeless. Which is that hopeless like he's bad at it? Like he's bad at the game? Or hopeless like he's so good he's... No, the second I said it out loud, it doesn't make any sense. Okay. He's trying, okay? What a guy. Legion. Goddamn. Don't think there'd be anything else, right? Yeah. This and then... Okay. Cool. Okay, but I had a feeling... and I'm glad we did, because that's cool that they would have gained that information, which means that Liara actually obtained that information, right? Okay, so we did that. We stopped here. Now let's continue on where we were gonna go before. Okay, we're gonna do the mine next. And then we'll do this one, we'll clear it out, and then we'll go back and talk to Legion. Because I don't know how many more times we can talk to him, but I will make sure that at least we try all of what we can do, right? We still have to clear these missions out anyway, so. Equitas. Surface scans report potential alien signatures from within the mining facility. Anomalous life signs detected. Whereabouts of facility staff unknown. For now. Right? Who? Legion. And... who? I bring Thane. Get a lot of chances with Thane. Now, could this possibly be leading into? I don't know. Ah, shit. Oh, God. They're husks, aren't they? God damn it. No.
We've been spotted.
No. Okay. Okay, actually, let me go and... Shredder ammo. Good. And we'll take his AI hacking. Cool. Because they're husks, so I think it'll be okay not using disruptor ammo.
Overclocking kinetic barrier systems.
Okay. Okay, what if I do that, then let's switch to this. Cool. Okay. Oh, wait. Nope, nope, hold on. It didn't do the thing. Oh. Okay, switch you. No. Hold on. I'm gonna get there. There we go. Okay. That's what I was trying to do. Kept activating the cloak when I was doing it. Oh, data pen. If you're reading this, get the hell out of this place now. Uh-oh. They dug too greedily and too deep. They awoke something. In the dark. What did they find?
Enemies ahead.
Shit. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, okay, alright. Whew. I was like, that kind of blows up a lot. Oh. 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 Well, never mind. I realized that was going to be strong enough to kill all of them. Excellent work. Oh, there we go. Whoa.
Rerouting power to shield.
Shit.
One step closer.
Jeez. Oh, did they accidentally find? Because the Geth, now that we know, like, that the thing that the like little spears, right? The dragon's teeth that turn the humans into husks is actually Reaper technology. They find one. God, the screeching. Screaming in the distance. Okay, now. God, where are they?
Kira reveals them.
It sounded like it was behind us. Oh, there we go.
Long range kill.
Oh, missed. Okay, what the hell's going on here? Mine logs. Alien machine discovered. Oh, shit. Smithson's men dug up some kind of alien machine today. Like nothing I ever saw. Called up some of my contacts and found out there's a market for this kind of thing. Looks like some squints over at Olanus Risk Control are willing to part with a ton of credits to get their hands on one of these things. Far be it from me to deny them a chance to pay me. Oh boy. A strange glow. Cooper and Jorgensen say they saw that damn alien thing glowing, and hell if I'm going near it to prove them wrong. I don't get paid enough to expose myself to weird alien artifacts. I have to admit, though, it's an awful pretty sound coming from that back room. Uh-oh. Something's different. Cooper, Jorgensen, and them ain't doing so well. Not feeling so good myself either. Stay near the machine, feel better. Not sure I want to let them Atlantis folk take it. Think it should stay right here with us. Oh shit. They've been changed by just being near it. Because they were gonna sell it and be like, okay, that's fine. But then like,
Shepard, I detect a powerful alien signature deep within the mines. It appears the device is the source of the husks. It is likely that destroying it would stop them.
yep.
Ready for next target.
So the artifact was essentially protecting or creating husks, right, obviously, right? But it's protecting itself by having them defend it.
Reinforcing shield.
Go to the sea.
Yep. I know they're gonna be constant until we actually take care of them. So we take care of the artifact. Shit. Oh shit. No, bitch. Get out of here. Yeesh. Oh, hell. Alright, okay, alright. That's fine. Okay, alright. I gotta fucking... I was getting too involved. I gotta get out of hand. There you go. Excellent. Okay. Alright. God, such a good weapon. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Ah, shit. Oh. Oh. Dramatic.
Fire.
There we go.
Overclocking kinetic barriers.
Okay, we gotta go. Ooh, locker. Okay. Boom. Boom. This. These two, and these two. Done. I'm just like randomly changing up my gunplay out of nowhere. Okay. Okay. Oh, bomb. That's good. Saw something else out there, though. Oh, it's 2 bombs. Oh, it's just a med kit. Okay, is there anything over here? About to set off these bombs. Yeah. Go. Shit. Oh, I just gotta shoot him. Okay, well that makes it easier. Boom. And just like that. Do the husks just... Well, that's that. Okay, it is... That's... Because that's like the That was definitely the impression it was giving, right? Like the indoctrination, but confirming that it is actually a Reaper indoctrination device. That's crazy. So there was one just like buried under here, and out of nowhere they just dug and they exposed it, and then just being near it and around it, right? Because we don't really know how indoctrination really works, right? We don't actually know. We don't know if it has to be active. We don't know if it's just like innate, like like a radiation thing. But it, because even the derelict Reaper, right, was still, it was like shot, right, from the whole situation with Clendagon, right? But or not like from Clendagon, you know what I mean, right? It's all that event, right, with the big gun, the big blast, right, that hit the derelict Reaper. That thing was still indoctrinating the research team that was inside of it, right? Even though it had been apparently taken down, deactivated, right? Allegedly. It just makes me think that indoctrination is not so simple. Right? Especially once it's started, it doesn't seem like, I don't know, how do you stop it? Is this something like, you stop the exposure to and then they eventually like come back? Or is it like completely, once it's begun, it's too late?
Shepard, Commander.
I'd like to find out more about you.
We are building a consensus. Please try again later.
Uh-huh.
I have to get back to work.
Acknowledged.
Okay. Alright, you got one more chance. Technically two, I guess we could do it after arrival also, but you know what I'm talking about. Not a lot to say, my guy. Is there anyone? It's not really anyone else, right? Because we talked to everybody else, and then Legion's the most recent. Do we have a message? Nope. But that's so interesting. Just this little side mission, right? Like almost, in a way, negligible, right? In the grand scheme of like the main plot and the story. Right? It's just this small little mission in a mine way out the way. There was a Reaper indoctrination device just underground. That's weird. That's weird. Like, obviously, well, the question really is, was it intentionally placed there by the Reapers? Right? Did it just happen to be there? It'd be like, oh, someone will dig it up. Because they always do. Right? The Reapers have been around forever. They'd know. Right? Somebody would dig it up. And then indoctrinate it. To what end? That's the question. Or maybe it's probably just completely random, right? But I have a hard time believing anything is random when it comes to the Reapers, right? They're very by design. All right, Jering Station. Oh, yeah, site intel retrieved. Location coordinates: Jering Station, Strabo System, Eagle Nebula. Data mining confirms the last reported location of the merchant freighter MSV Corsica. It's Jering Station. Strabo System. Possibility exists that clues pertaining to the anomaly that caused the mass malfunction of the mechs aboard the Corsica can be found aboard the station. And what could possibly be going on? Okay. I know we've been bringing him on everything. I want to do it for this one too. Obviously, right? But also because this is a VI, and I'm kind of curious if he's got any opinion on how this would play out, right? I don't know if anyone else would be Any thoughts? Maybe Morden? Maybe Tally? Garrison? We'll bring Tally. We'll do it. We'll do this again. Gonna keep my black hole gun. Oh god. What the fuck? Escape the station? We just got here. We escape. Let's go actually see space. Oh, is the Normandy just right there? Cool. Okay, so this is some real... This is some, like, fucking alien shit. PDA. Dr. Galdwin. At my suggestion, we have cut power to all systems. Okay, yeah. Save critical life support in hopes that disabling these systems will deny to VI the resources she needs to kill us. Oh god, this is a temporary solution. We cannot last this out on our own. Dr. Towson. So the VI did turn on them. Right? Because when we looked at the logs, right, for the Corsica, it was like some systems were having problems, right? And then the captain had locked out the VI from those systems. And initially, when we first looked at it, I was like, well, the VIs that control the system, right? Why would you want to lock it out? Wouldn't that save the system? I'm imagining, like, the system was malfunctioning, and instead of having the VI fix it, he locked it out. It didn't even click initially, right? That it's like, oh wait, the VI is the one doing it. It makes sense, right? And this just now essentially doubly confirms exactly the situation, and that is that the VI completely turned on them. But why? Why? Literally killed everybody. Locked by station VI. Oh. Okay, so they... Shit. Docking area power, restore power. Okay, one moment. Right. Let's get this iridium. This look like... Okay, just like parts. Okay.
Docking area power restored.
But not that door.
Intruders are requested to report to the cargo doors for immediate removal from station.
Yeah. Report for immediate removal.
Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area.
No. Hub area power. Okay, another PDA. Dr. Goldman, my firm belief is that the VI is paranoid about the possibility of infection. Its current homicidal behavior is likely out of an inflated desire to keep us from shutting it down. I believe that the VI is malfunctioning, that it believes our equipment to be infected by a virus. If we continue to try shutting her down, she will keep trying to destroy us. Maybe our only recourse is to just do nothing and convince her that we're not a threat. Under Towson. Shit. So the VI believes that there's an infection, right? And possibly malfunctioning, maybe not, but maybe is real, right? Believes that our equipment is infected by a virus. And so the VI just like fucking went wild. Power detected in the station mainframe is locked down for security purposes. Oh boy. So potential infection, and they knew that they would try to shut it down. So the way the VI just reacted was to kill everybody. Seems a bit of an overcorrection. But I guess once you're shut down,
Research area power restored.
there's no way you can turn yourself back on, so yeah.
Beam engaged. Testing area has been locked down according to protocol M29-2.
Alright, that's a good beam. What's happening here? Computer... Oh, there's 4 computers.
Reflective armor prototype repositioned.
Okay. It's a puzzle. Interesting. Okay. Where does it need to go? In there?
Reflective armor prototype repositioned.
Maybe?
Reflective armor prototype repositioned.
I don't think there's really a way to get it to do... Yeah. No. Okay.
Reflective armor prototype repositioned.
So then it's... Is it over there? This thing? This XTX section? Or maybe it has to go over there and shoot that way.
Reflective armor prototype repositioned.
Okay, yeah. Nope.
Reflective armor prototype repositioned.
Okay, so it does have to be over that way.
Testing area has been unlocked.
Well.
All personnel take this opportunity to leave the station immediately.
Yeah, all the personnel that you already fucking killed. So maybe I... Okay, so yeah, there's power up there. This needs power. And that also needs power. So there's a chance this is malfunctioning. Shut down the VI mainframe. But what if it's not?
Plasma venting in progress. Attempting to reach the maintenance controls will most likely result in serious injury or death.
Okay. Personal locker, PDA. Okay. Kennings. I'm positive the trouble with our VI started after the Corsica docked with us. Interesting. Townsend is looking into the VI itself. In the meantime, I need you to go through the logs and find out everything that was on that ship. Oh, shit. So wait, maybe the ship had the virus? And then when they docked, like, it was left behind? I don't know. What? Because I'm trying to think. Oh.
Shields down.
Oh. Alright. Just... I kind of panicked. It was shit. Let's just go. But no. So literally, it started after the Corsica was here, right? And if the virus was on the Corsica, but the virus was also here, then what? The VI like destroyed the ship, and then made it crash.
4 fatalities on this station in the last week. Remember, safety is everyone's responsibility. All attempts to decontaminate station have failed. Require more power to escalate defenses.
Cause I'm... Oh. Gotta go.
Maintenance area power restored.
Nice. Great job. Great job, team. Let's go. Cool. Oh, the venting's done too. There will be peace.
All targets processed.
Processed. I don't know, but the fact is, like, the ship was here. They did it, the ship left, right? Cool, power. So why? Why would it go after the ship again, though? That's the question. Why would it go target the Corsica afterwards? If the VI just, like, malfunctioned, right, and thought it was infected, wouldn't it just focus here? Why would it go... Unless the ship's well, the ship's VI also did it, so it could... Okay, hold on. Now I'm reevaluating. I know we're gonna probably... I mean, I hope we find out what's going on, but it's definitely making me think, like, if it is a virus, then it messed with the ship's VI, and then it also messed with the station's VI, but it came from the ship to the station. Attention all docks personnel. We're experiencing a shipment of mech parts from the Hankadar facility on Capek. Askins in the Titan Nebula. Make sure the VI knows to accept a docking request from the freighter MSV Corsica. Oh. So the Corsica was delivering the mech parts. That's different. That's a lot different. Oh, that's interesting. So, because I thought that the Corsica came here, picked up the mech parts here, and then left. But no, they had the mech parts the whole time. And they were over from the Tankadar facility. What could that... So did they fuck up? And the question is, like, but why, though? Locked by Station VI. Shit. Oh. Okay. Interesting.
Living area power restored. The living area doors have been closed to quarantine a threat to this station. Advise intruders to engage self-destruct procedures to avoid death by starvation.
Shit. Serious business. So, okay, this is also a map, so we can actually see the doors and everything. So,
there is a high probability that you or your equipment will infect the station. This cannot be allowed to happen.
so the VI is like hella paranoid about a virus and some infection, right? Whether they're infected or not, it's thinking about it. It's worried about it.
2 doors enabled. 1 door enabled.
Oh.
3 doors enabled. 3 doors enabled. 1 door enabled. 5 doors enabled.
Nice. Just a little bit of a puzzle. Small puzzle. Neat. Shit. But I just don't understand, like, if it's worried about an infection to the system, why kill everybody? Right? I don't... Either we don't have all the information or I'm not piecing it together.
All intruders
yet.
intentionally violating quarantine are requested to exit the station immediately. Hub area power restored. Central mainframe access granted. Docked vessel detected. Attempting to upload central programming into docked vessel's mainframe.
Don't you fucking dare. What? Don't you dare touch my ship.
Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area. This is a secure zone. Please leave this station immediately. I regret to inform you that all attempts to defend the station have failed. Shutting down security protocols.
Damn. Deactivate the station's security protocols and escape the station. Shit. So then it was trying to protect the station. I'm trying to think, like, I like, it's very nuanced and very, like, very subtle with, like, the story, but I'm trying to, like, grasp what exactly happened. So they had the ship full of mech parts, right? If they did say the mech parts were exploding in the cargo bay, right? They were self-destructing. Whether that was the VI's doing to blow up the ship, to cause the ship to crash or not, I don't know, right? But the VI basically forced the ship to crash, right? But only after it visited the station, right? When it visited the station with the mech parts from that place, there's an infection along with it. And the VI, like, panicked. The VI panicked, locked down the station, and basically took everybody out. Out of paranoia, basically? Is that the idea?
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Ooh. Source of VI virus detected. Oh, good. Edie, information received. Planet information, Capec, Haskins System Titan Nebula. Data from the quarantined VI, Jering Station, indicates that a possible source of the VI virus outbreak is in Ankadar facility on the planet Cape. Coordinates have been downloaded into your galaxy map. Oh, we can go there. Cool. Hell yeah. So it really was a virus, not like a worried about getting a virus. Like, they actually did get a VI virus, and it was all intentional. So they did get it from, it was installed in the mechs, right, that they picked up, the mech parts, right? So the ship was already infected before they even landed at the station. The ship was already fucked. Then they go to the station, and by docking, that basically transferred over, so the station became infected, and then the ship left still infected, and the VI crashed it. And it just whole mess. But the fact that we were able to, like, Edie was actually able to backtrack where the source came from, even though we did read it on the PDA, right? The fact that she got us the coordinates. That's good. That's what we like to see.
Shepard, Commander.
I'd like to find out more about you.
We are building a consensus. Please try again later.
I have to get back to work.
Acknowledged.
Beginning to believe we've also tapped his potential too. But I guess since we have one more mission, one more unexpected mission. I mean, not terribly unexpected, because I guess part of me was like, it did kind of trigger a chain. So finding out that there was actually a virus and the source location of that virus, it's cool that we can actually go track it down. So if anything, it's like, what the hell are you playing at? Why would you do this? Why? Just to, like, fuck around? I don't understand. Whereas, like, oh, you got the money, and that was it? You got the money for the mech parts, and then just let everyone die? I don't know. Nope, I'll Titan Nebula. Disable infected production line. So, what are you saying, that this whole thing was an accident to begin with? Let's see. On the planet Capac seems to be the source of the VI virus. As infected mechs and mech parts all over the sector. Stopping the production line is key to ending the outbreak. Okay, so there's a chance that maybe it's not intentional? And it's just like screwed up? And they're just like mass producing these like infected.
Anomaly detected.
Right? Baked in the fierce heat of a white sun. Kepik is a rocky, waterless world, wrapped in a haze of hydrogen, methane, sulfur, and iron give yellowish and black tinges to much of the planet's surface. No registered settlements appear in the records, though there are clearly metallic anomalies that indicate roofed structures. No registered settlements, but they have a production facility here. That's interesting.
Be warned. The experimental mechanics facility is under quarantine. For your safety, do not dock with or land in the vicinity of the facility without the proper protocols and authorizations in place. Be warned. The experimental mechanics facility is under quarantine. For your safety, do not dock with or land...
The experimental mechanics facility. It's under quarantine. Okay, so they're aware that things have gotten screwed up. Okay, so this might not be a bad faith thing. This could just actually be it just fucked up. Server scan detects mech production facility matching the registration parameters of Hankadar. Let's see. As I imagine it's pronounced. Like I don't think we've really heard it spoken, but Hankadar Corporation. Facility reports emergency lockdown at this location. Personnel scans report no living beings detected. Ah, shit. So they went to emergency lockdown, and probably everyone is dead. Great. Hazard scans show a large number of virus-infected mechs quarantined within the facility. Deactivation of primary production line controls should disrupt the creation of additional infected mechs. Shut it down. Okay, Legion. Great. Double sniper. Maybe. It's been a while. We're gonna bring... It's been a minute. I'm going to change out this, knowing what we are going up against. This is really tempting. This I know would be great. This would be really good. Knowing it's basically all gonna be mechs, right? This would be dramatic. A little bit of a dramatic overcorrection. Yeah, we didn't get. I haven't used it nearly as much as I should, so why not, right? It's basically the last thing we're doing. You know? Okay. $175%. I do wonder how many shots I could get off with this. Damn, this is like hella hidden. Oh.
Hostile synthetics detected.
It's so ridiculous. Oh my god. I know I probably could save it for later, but that's, you know, really, that's how it... knock. Oh shit. Alright. Oh god. Computer, examine. Attention. MX7552-4A OPU recall notice. Our new circuit board supplier has issued an immediate recall for the obedience processor, which has been found to cause systematic breakdown of associated components. We have begun the search for a new supplier. In the meantime, discontinue use of that obedience processor until further notice. Oh boy. No response. Gianna. Just FYI, we lost contact with the MSV Corsica. After you expressed concern, I checked the logs, and indeed the mechs and parts they picked up contained the recalled OPUs. Oh god. We know the Corsica was headed for Jering Station in the Stravo system, but we can't seem to contact them. I hope they're all okay, but I think we've done all we can do at this point. Trey. Y'all fucked up. Holy shit. So, you got the recall notice, but you weren't able to reach them before... You weren't able to reach them. And so, they have all these infected parts, and you also can't reach the station. Shit. Attention, emergency situation in progress. Dr. Talarasan. We're getting reports of mechs coming off our production lines and assaulting workers. Some of them seem to be self-destructing at random. So they were blowing up randomly in the cargo hold too. Okay, that answers that thought. Even units not initially installed with the faulty OPU are showing signs of viral infection. We're looking at potential facility-wide catastrophe here. We're containing this as best we can, but we can't keep this suppressed much longer. When Dr. Rochelle learns about this, heads will roll. Mine will not be one of them. Chief Saunders, security. Shit. Okay, okay. That's weird, right? The OPU screwed up, right? So they're like, okay, we gotta stop using it, right? But now units that aren't even using that faulty OPU are showing the same signs. So the fault, right? The fault in the obedience processor is viral, not like a mechanical defect. Announcement, facility lockdown. Dr. Talarasan. Dr. Rochelle has ordered a complete lockdown. You are hereby ordered to seal the production line access corridor from the rest of the facility. I realize that doing this will seal me and any workers who remain inside with the malfunctioning mechs. Shit, this does not affect your orders. This has been an honor to work with you. Chief Saunders, security. Shit. Fuck. He gave the order, complete lockdown. He's like, even if that means sealing me and everyone else in here, this needs to happen. That sucks. Shit, dude. This is a... Catastrophe is definitely the correct word to use. Okay. So this whole thing was probably, from the very get-go, a complete accident. A really screwed up, unfortunate accident.
Scanning for remaining life forms.
It had infected parts. Those parts got transferred. It all just spread. Dr. Talarasan located. Chief, located the Asari, Dr. Talarasan. In the production line access corridor, we've set up a barricade and disabled access to the rest of the corridor. Officer Gamble. Proceeding to objective. Chief, I've secured Dr. Talarasan and I'm heading into the warehouse. To access the production line control room, I'll update you once I'm in. Gamble. Warehouse breached. Chief, I'm in the warehouse. Seems pretty empty, sir. I can see the control room just above the storage area. I might need a few minutes, but I'm pretty sure I can get that main production line shut down. Gamble. Officer Keith Gamble, security. He's the fucking man. He's trying, right? He went in, he got the doc, and he's going to try to shut down the production line. Hoping that's not him. Shit.
We've been spotted.
Alright.
Emergency shields engaged.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Alright, refined element 0. Let's go. Okay. Ah, shit. Alright. Did it work?
One more.
I don't know.
System not designed for specialized ammunition.
I'll put them down.
Nice. Great work.
Weakling.
Okay. Okay, cover. Let's go.
System failing.
Oh, shit.
Taking hits. Targeting right.
Oh, great. Alright, so the production line's still happening. God damn. Okay, get him. There we go. Shit. Alright, so they're just gonna make it a lot of Emir mechs. Ah, shit.
Should have run. Now you'll cry.
Yeah, we'll let him take care of that.
Excuse me. Hostile forces have engaged.
Okay. Nice job.
Subdue and suppress. Hostile forces have engaged.
Shields down.
Requesting assistance.
Rerouting power. British shields.
Oh.
Nothing can hurt me.
Okay.
Burn and die.
Go get him, buddy.
System failing. Rerouting power to systems. Requesting assistance. System failing. Unit member offline. Status failure. Critical system.
Burn and
Requesting assist
die.
backup systems engaged.
Guys, run's going in.
Too late. Now you're dead.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent.
Excuse me. Critical system. Rerouting power.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Oh shit, oh god.
Rerouting power. Requesting hostile forces have engaged.
Okay. Okay, that's enough of that. Just mixing it up for a second, but it seems
Requesting
definitely putting us a little too close. Ah, shit. Oh, if I can... Oh god. Okay.
Allied force casualty.
God, so many of them. I mean, they're being produced, so that makes sense.
Requesting assistance.
Okay.
Combat system engaged.
Oh my god.
Critical system damage. Rerouting power.
Okay,
System
guys.
Allied force casualty.
Major, a little closer, please. Alright.
Following.
I'm here.
Yep. On me. Let's go. Damn it.
Allied force casualty.
I'll be there.
Order received. Taking hits.
Okay. Alright.
Requesting assistance.
Okay. Alright, cool. Look at that. Easy. Right? Not a problem in the world. Damn it. Fine. Like so much of everything that we're not even gonna need to use anymore. Okay, actually, switch to these. Production line shut down. Oh, just like that. Damn. So okay, so that was Keith. He didn't make it. We saw the Asara when we first came in, right? She was literally right on the floor. I don't know if that's the same one, right? That's the doctor, but we did see them. It's unfortunate. This has been a whole mess of a situation. This one? Yeah. Oh? Oh, okay, got it. We're... Pop them off. Shit. Oh, we out. Just like that. That sucks. Damn. Shut down the Hankadar Experimental Mechanics Facilities production line on Capek. Deactivated all infected mechs. That sucks. So, yeah, I'd say it sucks because it's like it was completely just an unfortunate accident. Right? At least from what I can tell. Like, it seems like the facility didn't even intend for them, right? They got this faulty chip, which seems to be the source of it all, right? But whatever the chip, the obedience chip, is faulty, possibly due to the virus. So wherever they get the chip from is really at fault, completely, right? But unfortunately, because of that, they installed the faulty chip, right? But then that virus spread to the other mechs, even though they weren't installed with that same chip, which eventually just affected the entire production line. And then the Corsica got it, which led to the station getting it, and then just all this has just been a mess. Damn. That sucks. Oh, just like, alright.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Damn. It's just another day. Shutting things down. Stopping things from getting worse. Right? Absolutely no survivors in that entire situation. It's insane.
Shepard, Commander.
Sucks.
I'd like to find out more about you.
We are building a consensus. Please try again later.
Okay.
I have to get back to work.
Acknowledged.
We're gonna go on a limb and say we probably talked to everything. Talked him out of everything we could. Right? That's the idea, because right now we just have a rival. That's it. That is it. That is the last thing that we have going on for Mass Effect 2. Completed everything else in this entire game.
No messages for you, Commander.
Thanks for double checking. Right? We've done literally everything else. Right? The whole, the planets and things is just resources, and it's not like we're gonna get any, don't really have any other things to spend that on, right? And we have literally over 1 million of the big 3 resources, right? Except for Ezo. But yeah, literally, we have virtually done every single thing. As far as I'm aware, I don't know if there's other hidden secret ones out there or something, but we have done all the exploration. We have done all of the missions, all of the assignments. I know there's a few upgrades that we still need to purchase, but that is a lot of money. I don't even think we have enough money to get the last 2. I believe it's 2. on Ilium. This is the... I think... No, wait. No, the Citadel. The Citadel in the one shop. I think those are the only upgrades left. I know we could probably get one of them. But aside from that, we did it all. We did it all. It's all done. It's all complete. Finalized. Right? And kind of like what a really just unfortunately like tragic mission to end this all on. But that's it. That is it. That is every single thing in this game. Every single thing. So we're gonna do. We're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna do one more thing before we go to Arrival. Right. Yep. That's it. We are gonna do the one thing that I've really been not doing a good enough effort into making time for. That's we're gonna look at some Codex stuff. We're gonna look at the Codex. We're gonna look at the Codex. So if you don't want to dive into the Codex, right? You look forward to the next episode being Arrival, fully dedicated, whole Arrival on its own. That way, there's no like rushing it or feeling like you got to get through the last 2 hours to get to Arrival, something like that. So like Arrival is going to be its own thing, the next episode. So look forward to that. See you there if you just want to see Arrival. But now we're going to go into the Codex because we have stacked up so much Codex in this game. I feel like it's the right thing to do. Take a minute to really sink into it, because once Arrival basically is like kind of Mass Effect 2.5, right? 3. It's basically Mass Effect 3 because it came out after 2 had already been finished, right, as DLC to bridge the two. So technically we're done with Mass Effect 2. We're done with Mass Effect 2. We just have to do that, and I don't want to do Arrival until we actually look at the Codex and really kind of think and talk about, like, get a whole idea going in to that. Right? And so I've not looked at the Codex so that I could maintain like all whatever's new and we can look through this stuff properly. So, the non-council races.
In the early 21, the elk living beyond the Omega-4 mass relay in the Terminus systems, the mysterious collector species is glimpsed so rarely as to be taken for a myth by most in galactic society. In reality, collectors are human-sized insectoid bipeds and can resemble massive winged beetles. They are a terrifying force in the galaxy, responsible for the murder of hundreds of thousands. Collectors generate permanent stasis fields around themselves, creating nightmarish red-shifted energy fields. In battle, they hold position whenever possible, relying on their aggressive biotics and nearly limitless power. Several types of bipedal collectors have been identified, including minions, defenders, zealots, assassins, and artillery operators. Acting together, collectors have imprisoned entire cities in stasis. While no definite forensic accounting exists to explain the fate of those imprisoned, leading speculation is that victims are harvested for scientific experimentation and neurobiological repurposing.
That's one way to say it. One way to say it. Right? And also, for the record, just as like a note, because we heard before, right, the what is it, like the Protheans, it was like the fucking, like their DNA, their the quad factor, they had like a quad factor I think it was quad strand, right? Basically the Protheans DNA, were they had they had I'm just gonna say quad strand because I don't remember the exact word part of it, right? But their DNA was like, so they had quad strand DNA, which basically they are the only species, they are the only known race to have that at all, which is why I'm thinking, right? Which is probably why they couldn't, like, they probably couldn't turn them into, I mean, maybe they did, right? Like a Prothean Reaper, but I imagine the way that they were turned into the collectors, right? They're basically used because they probably couldn't be. But then on the, because on the collector ship too, right? They were testing the similarities between collector DNA and human DNA, and obviously we know now that's because they were testing human DNA to be able to viably probably make a Reaper out of it, right? And it's interesting, right? Because it's does that mean that out of all the existing Reapers out there, not none of them are Prothean? It's impossible. It's impossible to make them, right? Or are they? Because they did wipe out the Protheans, right? I don't think we have an exact answer on that yet, but it's making me think, right? And then just knowing it's like, oh, they were harvested for scientific experimentation and neurobiological repurposing. It's like they were actually being churned into a Reaper, a Reaper human thing, right? And again, like because I've been thinking about it too, right? The Reaper human larva that we fought that's not even the size of an actual Reaper, right? Like literally looking at the size of the derelict Reaper and the size of Sovereign, right? I know like the Reaper human larva, right? It's not done yet, but as far as like the scale of like, it's like the skull on it, it's not going to get that much bigger. So I'm led to think that is not, like, that's not going to be the design, right? Because when I initially saw that, I was thinking, oh, okay, right? They all look like, I don't know why I call them crawfish, right? But they just, the look of like Sovereign, right? And the look of like all the other Reapers, like at the end kind of scene, right? Where we saw them all. I thought those designs were based on like the race that they used to create it, right? So technically, like every Reaper would be a different design, right? Based on the species they use. But that's clearly not the case, because there are literally the thousands of Reapers waiting out there. They're all the same design. They all look exactly the same, right? So why is this human one different? The only thing I can imagine is that that's not actually the ship, right? That's not like they're not going to send that thing out to fly around space like that. I don't imagine it. They would, right? Especially because of the size of it. It's not that big. Like, it was big compared to like us, but compared to the size of the ship, or like a Reaper vessel, they're very small. So I can imagine it would have been part of a greater ship. Like, would they like put it in a Reaper shell or something like that? But I don't know.
Hovering. The elk,
it's very,
living beyond
very
the Omega-4 mass relay in the terminus,
let's look
hovering
at more.
tanks resembling a cross between an octopus and a giant crab, Praetorians are well-armored killing machines of mysterious origin. Praetorians employ redundant systems from the multiple humans encased within them. Armed with eye-mounted particle beams and capable of attacks at close range, they teleport to evade attack while regenerating their shields. Within hours after death, the organic components of Praetorian corpses disintegrate into a denatured pus, while their mechanisms turn to ash. One specimen, autopsied within minutes of death, reveals a clue. Nanomachines may disintegrate the Praetorians' organic and mechanical components before self-destructing. If correct, this self-rendering hypothesis could account for 3 documented cases of dead Praetorians apparently releasing or becoming clouds of neurotoxic gases, causing suffocating paralysis and nearly instant death. In one remote facility, 17 soldiers died from gas inhalation while assessing the Praetorian. Any personnel in the vicinity of dead Praetorians are urged to protect themselves with breathing apparatus.
Oh my god. That's insane. Because, yeah, like, we fought a couple of these, right? Like, it's just... This thing was such a challenge. Like, not impossible, right? Obviously, but it was hella tricky to beat. And then, yeah, noticing the skulls inside there, and it's like, no, this really does... the fact that it confirms that, right? Like, the multiple humans encased within them. So the fact is, when they die, they literally disintegrate. The nano machines inside here basically eat the entire thing and turning it into basically dust. Right? And so whatever's nearby would inhale the dust. And then whatever is not disintegrated, it just, boom, explode. That's insane. Jesus. It was a Reaper one.
A myth common to several cultures in the galaxy. Reapers were imagined to be space monsters who consumed entire stars. Archaeologists and mythologists attempting to uncover sources for such myths have yielded little, except interstellar religious themes of all-consuming devils common to primitive cultures.
Yeah, and it's that kind of thinking that got us into this mess. This whole thing. God damn it.
Driven from a myth, Reaper indoctrination is an insidious means of corrupting organic minds, reprogramming the brain through physical and psychological conditioning, using electromagnetic fields, infrasonic and ultrasonic noise, and other subliminal methods. The Reaper's resulting control over the limbic system leaves the victim highly susceptible to its suggestions. Organics undergoing indoctrination may complain of headaches and buzzing or ringing in their ears. As time passes, they have feelings of being watched and hallucinations of ghostly presences. Ultimately, the Reaper gains the ability to use the victim's body to amplify its signals, manifesting as alien voices in the mind. Indoctrination can create perfect deep cover agents. The Reaper's suggestions can manipulate victims into betraying friends, trusting enemies, or viewing the Reaper itself with superstitious awe. Should a Reaper subvert a well-placed political or military leader, the resulting chaos can bring down nations. Long-term physical effects of the manipulation are unsustainable. Higher mental functioning decays, ultimately leaving the victim a gibbering animal.
Jesus.
Rapid indoctrination is possible, but causes this decay in days or weeks. Slow, patient indoctrination allows the thrall to last for months or years.
Shit. So basically, once indoctrination has really began, there is no, it's over. Basically, you're just decaying. It just depends at what rate, right? Long-term physical effects of the manipulation are unsustainable. Higher mental functioning decays. So, I mean, rapid indoctrination basically accelerates the fact that you, like, it'll work, but it's gonna be literally like days or weeks, and then you just become a gibbering animal. Just nothing else. No thoughts, no brain, no nothing. It's so interesting. I mean, no, like literally this, right? Well-placed political or military leader. Insane. So it's corrupting organic minds by reprogramming through physical and psychological conditioning. Right, obviously. Electromagnetic fields, infrasonic and ultrasonic noise, and other subliminal methods. So there's a chance that they don't even need to really interact with you. Right, which is probably why the derelict Reaper did, like, the indoctrination still worked on them, even though maybe it wasn't really functional. Right? And by functional, I mean like conscious, right? Like the Reaper wasn't like physically able to move and speak and do things, but like maybe the rest of the stuff was able to kind of still happen in the background. And then basically once it's had enough of an effect long enough, right? Then the Reaper can start making suggestions. It can start doing, what it needs to do.
The flagship of the rogue ex-Spectre, Saren Arterius. Sovereign is a devastating dreadnought of unprecedented power. At 2 kilometers long, Sovereign was believed to have been powered by a gigantic Element Zero core, the only energy source potent enough to land the massive vessel on a planet. During the Eden Prime War, the ship unleashed its peerless destructive force against which Citadel Council ships were defenseless. With a virtually indestructible flagship and a crew of fanatic Geth and Krogan, Saren nearly succeeded in wiping out all his enemies. Only the resourcefulness and bravery of the commander and crew of the SSV Normandy stopped him. The overwhelming power of Sovereign ignited bizarre speculation in tabloid media that the vessel was sent by extragalactic invaders, or was, despite indeterminate photographic evidence at best, a single giant robot. Some sources even claimed that Sovereign was alive. Such conjecture, however baseless, remains to this day.
Holy shit. And I mean, that's true, right? Like, yeah, so much of that is accurate. Like, seriously, virtually indestructible flagship. It took so much to actually stop him, and he, like, utilizing Sovereign, right? Even though we know Saren was basically under the control of Sovereign, right? Sovereign could very easily have caused a lot of problems. I mean, he did, right? But I mean, think about it, that's one though. This is my whole point. Like I said earlier, like this is one Reaper. This is one dude showed up, right? Imagine a bunch of them. That's a problem. And I know it's like, oh, we don't have the Ascension anymore, and it's like, yeah, I know. I think about that now quite often. Because I mean, yes, the Normandy did it. We got the good hit on him, right? But still just one. It's just still just one Reaper. Jesus. And not that they would, because like they utilize it as the relay, but like the amount of lives that are on the Citadel, like, dwarf that of Earth, I believe. Right? Like the Citadel is massive. And so it's like, and this is I guess that was like part of my thinking in letting the council die. Not that I have to keep defending them, because I've already committed to this whole thing, right? But It was like Sovereign was going. We don't know what he was going to really do. Right? I mean, we knew he was going to bring in the rest of the Reapers. But when we stopped him or resisted in any way, like what we don't know that he wouldn't destroy the Citadel, and I feel like that was going to be such a worst case situation. I don't know. I think about it a lot. It's just I don't know. Man. Things have gotten so crazy between 1 and 2. I don't even and now 3 just seems like what are we gonna do about that? It took a lot of effort to stop one Sovereign Reaper, right? There's a fleet of them.
Humans detect... Before the Geth revolt 300 years ago, the Quarians colonized Haestrom to study the mysterious instability of its sun, which threatened premature eruption into a red giant. As a scientific outpost of minimal military value, Haestrom was ill-equipped to repel Geth forces during the insurrection and fell quickly under their control. Captured Geth planetary survey data indicates that despite sustaining damage during the war, Haestrom's architecture remains as it was 300 years ago, preserving a Quarian architectural style that no longer exists anywhere else in the galaxy.
Damn.
Because Haestrom's sun has overwhelmed the planet's protective magnetosphere, humans foolhardy enough to venture into Geth-controlled Haestrom must exercise extreme caution. Minutes of radiation exposure will overload shields, and hours of exposure will kill. Furthermore, solar output renders surface-to-orbit communication nearly impossible.
Oh, and we felt that when we went there. Like, just being... The fact that you had to go from, like, shade to shade and cover, I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a really cool little mechanic, right? Because you actually had to be... careful. And the fact that the sun... Like, the whole situation with the sun over by Haestrom is like it's an ongoing curiosity. Because they talk about, like, dark matter, right? And it's like the sun shouldn't be doing what it is, at least not at this rate, right? Because the sun is still technically very young, but it's essentially acting like end of life, right? Which is really weird, but we don't know what's causing that. Strange.
A typical terminus colony possessing minimal tourist value, Horizon promises substantial economic opportunity, especially in providing new products for humans and supplying the Turian hierarchy. Surveyed 18 years ago, Horizon received pilot habitation 4 years later. The colony proper is now 8 years old. Blessed with verdant forests and abundant fresh water, Horizon maintains a colonial culture that thrives as a refuge from the increasing restrictions of Citadel-governed society. Horizon has attracted numerous dissidents, marginal people, and fringe dwellers from across Alliance space.
Wow. Real fucking unfortunate that they were taken. It's still so screwed up that happened. But, like, literally, they surveyed it 18 years ago. And then 4 years after that, they received pilot habitation. And then the colony is only 8 years old. It is only 8 years old, and they got completely abducted and killed. Everyone. Jesus. All being just as a refuge from the increasing restrictions of Citadel-governed society. People just wanted to come here. Look at that. Fresh water, beautiful trees, a wonderful sky, peace, right? Great. And eight years later, it's done. Sucks. Shit.
A regional hub of Asari commerce awash in riches, Ilium is infamous for its abusive labor practices and legalization of nearly everything except murder. As such, Ilium is the preferred production site for weapons and pharmaceuticals that would be illegal nearly everywhere else, made even more lucrative by legal indentured servitude. Among the biotics-related pharmaceutical producers is the Dantius Corporation, a rising star in galactic commerce. Despite the dangers of its products, Ilium is renowned for glamour, luxury, and safety, provided by near-total surveillance, making it a favored tourist destination. Countless celebrities maintain palatial estates on Ilium and in its capital Nos Astra. The sole obstacle to business on Ilium is its extensive bureaucracy, tolerated only for its provision of security. Regardless of the character of its economy, Ilium's self-congratulatory media exalts its own society with the provincial arrogance of new money, glorifying in sexiest CEOs and 10 richest residents lists.
10 richest residents. So fucking stupid. God damn. I love that they call it that, like, self-congratulatory media. It's like, man, God, we have the best society. Am I right, guys? Isn't it great? No, like, this shit's crazy. And I love that it's literally like, it's just Omega, but with nicer shoes, right? With fancy shoes. Ilium, it's infamous. And it really is. It's nice. I like that it literally says the dangers of its products. It's renowned for glamour, luxury, and safety. And it's like, is it safe? I mean, nothing happened to us there, right? But it's one of those things where it's like still scum and villainy everywhere, right? The Dantius Corporation, which we took care of that situation real quick with Thane. But I mean, Glacial Estates. I mean, we did see Liara's apartment, and it was pretty nice. It was pretty good, right? But yeah, the bureaucracy and the Ilium's a fucking trip. That's
known as the Starcraft Cemetery. Corliss was the regional toxic junkyard for centuries. Ships reaching astronautical near-death at connecting mass relays were sent to Corliss, stripped of every useful component, then dumped planetward to clear shipping lanes.
Damn.
Currently, Corliss hosts numerous merc factions, such as the Blue Suns, rumored to be using downed ship fossils to test advanced munitions. Massive gun batteries threaten anyone attempting planetfall, with minimal defenses against ground attack. Because ancient volcanism greenhoused the planet, Corliss was too hot and CO2 rich to develop a biosphere, despite the abundant lakes that could have sponsored the development of life. Now cool enough for protected habitation, but too scorching for anyone but extremophiles and mercenaries seeking secrecy, Corliss supports numerous Krogan outposts. The Krogan have therefore seeded Corliss with hardy Varen, often kept as warhounds. Varen live primarily on a diet of geophagous vermin and each other.
And each other. Now, Corliss was interesting. Like, just not even. I think, like, conceptually interesting, right? We showed up, it's basically just like a ship graveyard, right? All these different ships stacked everywhere, and us basically fighting the way through it, and definitely dealing with the Blue Suns, and where we picked up our boy Grunt from the Warlord. Interesting. It's, I mean, interesting. Like, it's interesting to look back, right, and be like, damn, look at all the places we did go to and what we've done, right?
Choked by the hypergrowth of non-native plant species, Pragia serves as a galactic reminder about the imperative for careful regulation during colonization. 2 centuries ago, Batarian agribusiness chose uninhabited Pragia as their empire's breadbasket. Colonization authorities introduced non-native, industrially mutated plants that flourished in the world's fertile volcanic soil. Synergizing with Pragia's natural geothermal conditions and chemotropic microbes, the imported species soon became a nightmare. Mutant strains of poisonous and even carnivorous plants arose, overgrowing colonies in days instead of years, and causing the Batarians to abandon their holdings. Because the planet's small animal population is insufficient to check its plant growth, Alliance ecologists predict soil exhaustion in 400 years. Due to its relative isolation and lack of population, Pragia has become a regional haven for drug runners, weapons smugglers, pirates, mercenaries, terrorists, and intelligence agents seeking secrecy.
Due to its isolation, lack of population, probably has been a haven for basically every fucking terrible thing you could do. Jesus. Right? This is exactly the place that Cerberus had set up its research facility that basically made Jack what she is now, right? And it is crazy because seeing all the plant growth in there, just when we walked around, right? And we knew, it talked about like the plant life would basically overgrow colonies in days, right? It'd be so fast. I guess I missed the part where they were poisonous and carnivorous, which is horrible, horrifying. Yet somehow Cerberus was able to keep it in check with their facility here. How? Why? Well, I mean, I'm sure you could, right? It's just like the small animal population couldn't check the plant growth, so maybe they could physically do it.
The Drell homeworld of Rakana once teemed with life, its arid plains home to spectacular insect and reptile analogs. But the Drell took to industrialization early and did not realize the extent of the environmental damage they caused until it was too late. With their topsoil depleted and oceans too acidic to sustain life, the Drell were situated for a massive population crash by 2025 CE. It was then the Hanar stepped in, mounting a large-scale rescue operation to bring Drell to the Hanar homeworld, Kajay.
It's impressive.
As wars erupted over what resources remained on Rakana and billions began to die, approximately 375,000 Drell escaped in the Exodus. To repay their debt, the Drell entered into an agreement with the Hanar. Called the Compact, it states that the Drell would assist the Hanar with tasks the Hanar cannot physically perform. Today, high-ranking Hanar are frequently inseparable from their Drell attendants.
You know, it's literally... I mean, we talked about this with Thane, too. That's why we learned about all this. And, you know, the initial impression was like, isn't that just, like, indentured servitude, in a way? Like borderline, like, slavery, right? Because they're just doing whatever the Hanar can't do, and you're doing it for them. But it's like, it's an agreement, right? Which you can say, like, yeah, indentured servitude is an agreement, right? But this is like the Hanar literally saved them from essentially extinction, because if the Hanar didn't show up and start like flying them off world, the Drell probably wouldn't exist anymore, or at least not on this planet, right? Some probably, whoever did leave, those guys would, obviously, right? But as far as like the home world and the future of the species, probably would not really exist. Even though billions have already died, and less than 1 million actually escaped. Less than 500,000 were able to get off. That's insane. I mean, yeah, it's like they owe like a life debt, essentially. in a way, to the Hanar, but not forced. Like, they agreed to do this. The Hanar weren't the ones that pushed it, right? They weren't like, now that we saved you, you're gonna help us, right? It's not like that.
As vast in natural beauty as it is in threat, the purple and gold nebula called the Perseus Veil forms the natural border between Geth space and the Terminus systems. The Veil's total opacity prevents Council intelligence from surveying Geth activity. Theoretically, the Geth could be preparing a devastating attack against which the Council could be defenseless, or the Geth could have died out, so that the defense budget against them could be gaining the Alliance nothing but economic ruination. Despite fears of Geth, prospectors do occasionally mount salvage ventures inside the Veil. One ended in tragedy. Using technomental domination, the Geth drew the team into the Veil before aiming them back as husks at the organic society that produced them. A leaked classified Spectre report claims that the Dreadnought Sovereign, commanded by ex-Spectre Sarin Arterius and crewed by Geth, hid near the Veil before initiating the 2183 Citadel attack.
A leaked classified Spectre report. Interesting. So, no, the Perseus Veil, because they like briefly talked about it a handful of times. They talked about it a bunch in Mass Effect 1, but they didn't really go into a lot of details about the Perseus Veil. So it's always been this concept of like, what does that look like? How does it function? It's basically, it literally is a curtain, right, to Geth space. So you have no idea. We can't see through it. And assuming they can't see through it back to us, or maybe they can. We don't really know, because we've never been on the other side of the Veil to look backwards, right? Because maybe it's like a one-way mirror, something like that. But either way, this is a good breakdown of that, right? Because they thought, oh, the Geth can't exist. The Geth don't. It's like, the Geth. Who knows, right? Everything in Mass Effect 1 about the Geth was all, like, speculative. Until Sovereign showed up. And Saren and the Geth, right? So it's like, oh, the Geth could have died out. But we would never know because you couldn't see it, right? And the fact that, like, they did one, they sent a team in there. They sent basically a ship, right? And the Geth flipped them around, sent them back as husks. Shit. What a move, right? But then it's right here. It's the last sentence, right? So where else was Sovereign this entire time? Right? When you think about it, he wasn't just floating out in space somewhere randomly. I mean, like, he could have been, but it's too coincidental, right? That he just happened to show up, and we've never seen or heard of it before. Had to have been outside the Veil, right? But we're the ones that figured that out. So that leaked classified Spectre report was probably ours.
The Krogan homeworld boasts extreme temperatures, virulent diseases, and vicious predatory fauna. Around 1900 BCE, the Krogan discovered atomic power and promptly instigated many intraplanetary wars, sending Tuchanka into a nuclear winter. With most of their industrial base destroyed, the Krogan entered a new dark age, and warring tribal bands dominated. Populations remained low for the next 2,000 years. First contact with the Solarians made resurgence possible. Krogan brought to less hostile planets bred exponentially and returned to reconquer their home. They built vast underground shelters to shield themselves from surface radiation, which proved prescient during the Krogan rebellions, when many of them isolated themselves in a vain attempt to avoid the genophage. Convinced they could outbreed the genophage, they transmitted it into more than 90% of the sealed bunkers. Today, Tuchanka's population is sharply limited, and while individual Krogan are long-lived, the genophage ensures few replacements.
Shit. Like, what this sentence right here, convinced they could outbreed the genophage. They transmitted it to more than 90% of the sealed bunkers. God damn it. So it's just, man, Tuchanka, that was such a fascinating section of this game, was the Tuchanka, like, right, meeting Rex again and everything, but also seeing the planet as you land, like the flyover, and then knowing, like, yeah, they discovered atomic power and then basically just blew up the entire planet horribly and sent itself into a nuclear winter. It's like, oh god, okay, they discovered war and then kept war. They had war before. They discovered bombs, giant atomic bombs, and just made everything so much worse, right? And it's just so bad. It's so bad, right? And then, yeah, then the whole thing with the genophage, and then they're even split up into the different clans there now on Tuchanka, and Rex is trying to unite them, and that's going to be interesting to see if that develops further in Mass Effect 3. It might. I mean, I would hope so, right? I don't know what that's really going to look like, but say right. All right, weapons, armor, ships, and vehicles.
Asari-made Solaris armor can resist even the tremendous heat and kinetic energy of starship weapons. The armor is nearly unsurpassed in strength because its central material, carbon nanotube sheets woven with diamond chemical vapor deposition, are crushed by mass effect fields into super-dense layers able to withstand extreme temperatures. That process also compensates for diamond's brittleness. Diamond armor itself has two limiting disadvantages. First, while nanotubes and CVD diamond construction has become cheaper in recent years, it remains prohibitively expensive to coat starships or aircraft larger than fighters in Solaris material. Second, the armor must be attached to the ship's superstructure, so shockwaves from massive firepower can still destroy the metals beneath the armor itself.
That makes sense.
A popular misconception holds that the diamond composition of Solaris armor gives it its sparkle. In fact, atmospheric nitrogen impurities during the superhot forging process give the armor its metallic gray or yellow sheen.
A little bit of that yellow tint, right? That is fascinating that they actually talk about it, that we actually have a Codex entry for the armor. That's cool. So it's so fascinating, like literally carbon nanotube sheets woven with diamond chemical vapor deposition were then compressed and crushed by Mass Effect fields. Not like you know, normal like hammers and stuff like that, but like they're like, no, we used Mass Effect fields to crush and compress it. That's crazy. That's why that armor held up, right? Excellent.
Cyclonic barrier technology, CBT, attempts to solve the higher-end limitations of traditional kinetic barriers. Traditional barriers cannot block high-level kinetic energy such as disruptor torpedoes because torpedo mass effect fields add mass. The CBT violently slaps aside rather than halting incoming linear force. By rotationally firing their mass effect field projectors, ships create rapidly oscillating kinetic barriers instead of static ones. Shooting through the CBT is like trying to shoot at a target inside a spinning ball. Significant drawbacks to current CBT configuration prevent its use on anything other than frigates and fighters. Its many high-frequency sensors and emitters require frequent maintenance and replacement. A partially damaged CBT can endanger its operator, who is surrounded by rotating mass effect fields skewing in unpredictable directions. However, if an emitter is damaged, the CBT becomes a traditional shield array, making it effective during opening volleys.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Holy shit. That is so fascinating. It slaps aside rather than halting incoming force. So like the barrier is like constantly moving? Is that the idea? Is that this whole thing is basically just like constantly moving in some way, so when something goes near it, it's more like it right? And so like because it's constantly moving, there's no like one spot that you could just like break through, because it's not like one solid barrier. It's constantly moving and you're trying to hit an opening, and it's hard to do. Right? If I'm understanding this technology correctly. It's pretty nuts. That's why we need experts at maintaining this, because that's a lot.
With elaborate secrets, following the Battle of the Citadel, human and Turian volunteers conducted a massive 3-month recovery effort to clear the station's orbit of debris. Secretly, the Turian Office of Technological Reconnaissance volunteers were technology recovery specialists, salvaging the main weapon of the Geth flagship Sovereign and large amounts of its valuable Element Zero core. Contrary to popular belief, Sovereign's main gun was not a directed energy weapon. Rather, its massive Element Zero core powered an electromagnetic field suspending a liquid iron-uranium-tungsten alloy that shaped into armor-piercing projectiles when fired. The jet of molten metal, accelerated to a fraction of the speed of light, destroys targets by impact force and irresistible heat. Only 11 months after the battle, the Turians produced the Thanix, their own miniaturized version of Sovereign's gun. The Thanix can fire reliably every 15 seconds, rivaling a cruiser's firepower, but mountable on a fighter or frigate.
It says 5 seconds here. I feel like this is faster. Are they 15 seconds is still a lot. Like, not a lot of time, but I'm saying like that's 15 seconds and then can fire again, 15 seconds, fire again. That's crazy. That is so interesting. Because I was like, okay, it's like Turian tech, a Turian gun. Cool. Thanks, Garrus, for putting that on. But they literally learned this from Sovereign. This was Sovereign's gun on its ship itself. Sovereign's main gun. That's crazy. Right? A directed energy. That is such an insane description. It's literally liquid. Basically, it's a liquid bullet. Right? It's just a pool of liquid. And it's shaped into a bullet when it's fired. It's a jet of molten metal. That is insane. That's so cool. Terrifying to fight against. Super sick to use. That's so nuts. And then literally less than a year after the battle, the Turians were like, yeah, we made our own. Yep. And so we put that shit on the Normandy, and we destroyed that collector ship. It was great. Hell yeah. That's so interesting. That's so neat. That's so cool, though. That's so cool. That is actually based off of Sovereign's tech. which means that it's based off of Reaper tech, which means our gun is just as good. Probably not better, but just as good as a Reaper weapon.
The Collector's particle beam weapon is strangely crafted, possessing few moving parts, lacking any obvious means for disassembly, and containing organic parts. The amount of energy required to create a destructive beam is several orders of magnitude more than the energy required to launch a physical projectile at high velocity via a mass effect field. Lacking any clear ammunition or fuel source, the device likely uses heat sinks or compensators to maintain firing during sustained combat. Current Cerberus efforts to understand the technology and replicate it have failed.
I mean, let's be thankful that Cerberus can't replicate this. Okay. Or understand it. I mean, to be fair. But yeah, I had a feeling that's some weird technology. Like, seriously, any of the collector stuff, let's say the assault rifle is still the same thing too, right? Because we even like slightly looked at it. The fact that it's like, it has like organic parts in it is so weird in the coolest way. It's really cool. It's weird, but it's cool, right? And just like the fact that that what they know is like, we don't know how it fires, what ammunition it's using, what's causing that to make the beam, like, it's a mystery, right? Which only makes me think it's collector. It's a collector weapon, right? Which means it's probably either completely a Reaper weapon, right? A Reaper modified weapon. Or the Reapers made the collectors create this with what they had. Possibly could have been, material from other collectors, right? Organic material. Or it's a Prothean weapon. It's been slightly modified.
Still in its experimental stages, the M622 Avalanche generates a Bose-Einstein condensate within a mass effect bubble, which dissipates on impact, violently spraying the condensate outward and coating the target in a near absolute zero superfluid.
I love it.
The Avalanche is unreliable, at times merely coating its target with ice, defacing exposed skin and freezing armor joints. Such low temperatures cause great damage to electronics like kinetic barrier emitters, which sometimes leads to total systems failure. At the other extreme, the Avalanche freezes flesh and bone, causing massive trauma as blood vessels constrict and frozen blood expands. Occasionally, such ice tissue shatters.
Huh. Okay, see, when you say it like that, that is an absolutely terrifying weapon to use or be used against you. I used this thing when we went for the Shadow Broker base. I used it a couple other times too, but yeah, freezing this, that's scary. God, just that line, right? It freezes flesh and bone. Massive trauma to blood vessels. Right? Massive trauma. The blood vessels freeze, but the blood, because it's liquid, right? And it's frozen, it expands. And so it basically just bursts. It's like, that sounds like the most painful thing. But you're frozen, so you wouldn't even feel it. You would just die. And if you didn't die, you would thaw out, and then feel it, and then die.
The M920 Kane is a portable particle accelerator surrounding an array of dust-form element zero chambers. This weapon prototype subjects its EZO to extreme positive and negative currents to project mass effect fields. By increasing and decreasing mass, the fields shear the target's mass, the way disruptor torpedoes do. The shearing fields collide ambient materials at such high speeds they create mushroom clouds, an effect otherwise impossible on the small scale. The weapon induces neither fission nor fusion in non-nuclear targets, and its own nuclear reactions are shielded by lead alloys. The M920 Kane uses graphite rods as neutron moderators, which require frequent replacement to sustain power. Fortunately, most heavy weapon ammunition can be refabricated via Omni-tool into graphite rods.
So, because we need to use graphite rods, anytime we picked up the heavy ammo boxes like around everywhere, right? We would just use the Omni tool to turn that into cane ammunition. Graphite rods, right? I love that thing. It's so cool. It's so cool to use. It is a shame that it uses so much damn ammo. It really does, right? But it's really cool. Like the little mushroom cloud. Basically, it is literally a portable nuke. It's amazing, right? But its own nuclear reactions are shielded by lead alloys, so that's why we don't get radiation from it.
Based on existing technology, the ML-77 is a rapid-fire missile launcher using seeking projectiles. Each projectile features a friend or foe recognition system, ensuring it will find a hostile target even if the user's aim is not completely accurate. The weapon excels at taking out snipers and other entrenched enemies in dense urban environments. This makes it popular with mercenary groups, particularly the Blue Suns mercenary band.
Yep.
Missile launchers have been appearing with increasing frequency in the Terminus system, but their point of manufacture is unknown. Legal duplication of missile launchers is difficult due to Fabrication Rights Management, FRM, technology.
God, see? Copyright. But, no, the fact that, yeah, missile launchers were appear. We've seen so many people using these. Like, so many, right? And the fact that legal duplication is difficult means that, yeah, that's probably fucking illegal duplication. So that is everything. That is everything with the primary codex. So everything we learned in this game, right? The new planets we went to, the new weapons, tech. Right? I'm kind of surprised that the hammerhead's not in here.
Sorry.
It's kind of unfortunate. Right?
Omni.
Yeah.
Biotics.
Damn. Secondary. I know we got a lot here. Right? Said's secrets, Kasumi's secrets. Oh, the hammerhead's here. That makes sense. Okay. So council races. So it's just okay. Before I get into all that, so council rate the Ardok Yakshi, demon of the night winds. Orasari suffering from a genetic disorder preventing conventional melding of the nervous systems during mating. Instead, Ardok Yakshi electrochemically ravage their partner's nervous systems, in extreme cases leaving victims as vegetative invalids or corpses. Asari psychologists regard this incapacity for mental fusion as preventing the development of empathy, leading to psychopathy. There is no known cure. The disorder generally begins in infancy, reaching full pathology during maiden adolescent sexual development. While seductive and sexually driven as other Asari, Yakshi are congenitally sterile. Interesting. Yeah. Ancient Asari mythology held Yakshi as gods of destruction, depicting them as villains of countless legends and as the anti-heroes of numerous Asari epics. Right? Contrary to popular belief, Ardok Yakshi are neither extremely rare. Around 1% of Asari dwelling on the AY spectrum, nor are they all murderers. Most cultivate and discard countless exploitative and abusive relationships during their legally marginal lives. Despite rumors of Ardok Yakshi syndicates, by nature Ardok Yakshi are incapable of long-term cooperation. That's interesting. They are not extremely rare, and they're not all murderers. One, true, because Samara's daughters, 2 of them are not murderers, and they are Ardok Yakshi, right? But the fact that they're not not extremely rare, right? So the only ones that we know about are her daughters, right? But the question is, were they the only ones that are currently alive? That's the question, I guess, right? As a disproportionately wealthy species, Asari employ their economic reach and media ownership to hide the AY pathology from the galactic community, placing most Ardok Yakshi in monitored work programs or seclusion. Only the most aggressive cases are sentenced to sanitaria and prisons, or to the execution lists of Justicars. So they really do try to either just put them in monitored work programs or seclusion. They don't immediately jump to prison and execution, right? Because they're, according to Samara, though, like they're basically, they were given the option, right? Isolation or execution. Like, those are the only 2 options, right? Which isolation is seclusion, right? But the fact that there's these other options, sanitaria, which I'm assuming is basically just like, bind, and then prisons, though, which is different than seclusion. That's curious. So there are other options than just execution and secluded. You can go to prison, which I guess is seclusion, but with extra steps. Alright, and then the Asari Justicars. Despite the refinement and sophistication of Asari culture, criminality remains a fact of life. Criminality. The Asari solution to the most vicious and destructive criminal element is the Justicar Order. Justicars are an Asari class of virtually untouchable extrajudicial executioners operating almost exclusively within Asari territory. In the last decade alone, Justicars have smashed dozens of criminal rings inside Asari territory, operated by Asari and non-Asari alike. Their methods range from subtle where possible to brutal where necessary. Trained for extreme strength, biotic capacity, resourcefulness, aestheticism, and ruthlessness, the fanatical Justicars are romanticized and feared throughout Asari society. Though Justicars genuinely work alone, their effectiveness arises from the huge body of knowledge they can access. Any Asari who enters the ranks of Justicars has already spent centuries in a combination of criminal investigation, military intelligence, and combat experience. The collective body of Justicar knowledge exceeds even that of the Spectres. I imagine, because they can live a long time, and the amount of knowledge and experience and everything that they gain over several lifetimes across all types of Asari Justicars. I could easily see that surpassing Spectres, right? But then Spectres aren't just... Spectres can be any race, right? It just happens to be human Spectres. We're just the most recent being us, right? So it's like the Spectres as a whole going about, like even assuming like an Asari would want to be a Spectre, right? Go the Spectre route instead of the Justicar route, right? You get like Asari, Solarian, and Turian Spectres, right? And all of them over all time that has existed. The Justicars still exceed knowledge-wise. Justicars tend to be independent, requiring little help, but also scorning it, since such advanced skill and experience usually travels with a powerful ego. That is, I can see that. The conflicts presented by such arrogance prompted with the Justicar Order to develop the Oaths of Subsummation. That's... So the Oath wasn't, like, originally part of the Justicar Order. That's neat. Because... Yeah, because they're independent, they're so skilled, and they have experience and everything, they basically... It makes sense. You would have an ego. You're literally untouchable. Unquestionable. Right? So they developed the Oaths of Subsummation to keep that shit in check. The Oaths pledge protection of the innocent, the punishment of the guilty, and the defense of common law and the norms of Asari society. The effect of the Oaths is conservative, ensuring that Justicars respect the existing distribution of Asari power, rather than staging a coup to rearrange society according to Justicar satisfaction. Nevertheless, the possibility of such an attack is a source of anxiety and counterintelligence among the Asari elite. See, that's a curious thing that you would think would happen at some point, right? That, like, the effect of the Oaths is conservative, ensuring that Justicars respect the existing distribution of Asari power, instead of just giving the Justicars such power and influence and, like, essential untouchability, right? And you have enough Justicars, they stage a coup, right? And then just basically reforge Asari society to the Justicar vision. But the fact that there's always a possibility of the attack, even with the Oaths, right? Because the Oath is something that, it's like you're taking the Oath. It's like a pledge, right? You can break the Oath and still kind of do... If you... It's not like some supernatural oath, right? It's literally just like, you know, I'm pledging to do this. You could still do shady shit, right? You can still turn on everything. It's just, you know, the pledge is designed to try to not have that happen. Of all the pledges, the third oath of subsummation is sworn the least of any of the oaths. Interesting. Requiring a Justicar to swear loyalty that overrides the dictates of even the Justicar code. The third oath is usually invoked in matters where even the black or white thinking of Justicars is forced to concede to concede the existence of gray. Okay, so there's obviously multiple oaths, right? But the third one is rarely sworn. Or sworn the least. And it's to swear loyalty. But that's the code. Right, was that the oath that Samara pledged to us? I think, right? She agreed. That was her whole agreement to assist, possibly. But the fact that it's like the third oath is usually invoked in matters where even the black or white thinking of Justicars is forced to concede. Let's see, is there any... I don't think there's any... Yeah, that was it for that one. Okay. Non-council races, non-sapient creatures. The Reaper's secrets. That's a rival. I don't think we want to touch that yet. I don't think we want to touch that one yet. Right? So we got these two. Planets, publications, brokers, secret ships and vehicles. Veterans aid secrets. Okay. Okay. There's still a lot more. we're gonna pick this up in the next episode. We're gonna do Arrival, and then we're gonna finish out the rest of that, because otherwise this is gonna go on for probably another hour and be just insanely long. it's already crazy long. So we'll break it up, right? But we'll check it all out before we really sign off on Mass Effect 2 completely, right? Because we still got that. So yes, next episode, Arrival. It's finally happening after all this time, after what at this point 43 episodes later. Arrival, right? It's crazy. We did it, because I'm pretty sure we tapped out everything to talk to Legion about, talk to everybody about. I don't think there's any more, because everyone's kind of like done, right? So in a way we did it. We have cleared everything out except for Arrival, which we're doing next time. So stick around for that. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you're still here, if you stuck through the first half of our Codex journey, right? It's interesting getting a little bit more information. The Codex has always been great. I love the Codex in the first game. I love it this one, and I'm definitely say now, but I definitely want to kind of be more proactive with the Codex in Mass Effect 3, right? Especially as we're kind of going through, right? Getting the Codex entries and then checking them once we get them, rather than kind of letting them stack up so much. I feel like it's more, keeps things more relevant, right? So seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh my god, this has been a time, and I know this wasn't a very long episode, so I appreciate you guys bearing with. I don't know, it's been a minute since the last episode too, so really do appreciate you guys holding out for this. And then Arrival next time. I know I keep saying it, but for real, can't believe we're actually here finally. So let me know what you think about all this, right? Like the conversations we had with Legion, right? These last couple ones, and then just kind of in general, right? I'm very curious, and I know we're going to talk more about it after Arrival, right? Because that's going to be the next like big story stuff we really hear about. And whatever that is, whatever that's going to be, because I know we didn't get a message, like we didn't get like an email from Hackett about Arrival. We had like a physical like video conversation with him. So we'll look at that again next time. So thank you very so much for watching. Seriously, for real. See you guys in the next video. Arrival. The end. The final stage of Mass Effect 2. Bye-bye.